What's going on, and welcome to yet another video where we're going back to the basics and I'm going to show you how to make whipping cream. We have different kinds of cream based on different kinds of fat value content that they have inside the product. All the way from milk, we have light cream, we have half and half, we have whipped cream, and we have heavy cream. I'm going to start off with the heavy cream, which is what you should generally use. Is made out of 36 to sometimes 50% of fat. The good thing about heavy cream is it whips better, it holds its shape much stronger, and it's generally a high stable and gives you much more fluffy peaks. Second cream is a whipped cream, which is 30% fat value. It will still whip and has its own uses like sauces, soups, and desserts accordingly, but especially when you're folding in things. It will give you a less stiffer product than the heavy cream. So when you're decorating, it's better to use a heavy cream as it's more stable and it holds better. Light cream, which is made out of 20%, is generally known as the coffee cream or table cream, and we have the half and half, which is made out of 10.5 and 18% ratio of fat. As you can see from this, the richer and creamy the product is, the more your whipped cream becomes more stable and gives you a more beautiful and fluffy product. What kind of equipment can you use to make the whipping cream? A much more effective and quicker way to get whipped cream is using a hand mixer. The other thing you can use is as well a stand mixer, like the big kitchen aids that they use in professional kitchens, or some of you might have it at home. You can also use that. One thing I must say with the equipment is, whichever equipment you use, make sure you put it in the fridge for at least 10 minutes before you use it. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the bowl that you're gonna use. I'm talking about not this, of course, but the mixer itself, you know, the bowl, the spatula. Using cold products like the bowl and the whisk gives you a better volume and build up of the cream when you're whipping it. First things first, put the cream in the bowl, and you're gonna start from the lowest speed possible that your machine. You don't have to start from, from that. Generally not recommended. And the thing with speed, when you start from a lower speed, you create a more stable base and a more stable product than when you just start whipping it fast and just agitates it more. At this point, you can add your flavorings. You can add your sugar, vanilla essence, or for different kinds of uses that you're doing, this is the point where you can add the cream. Now this is a point we must be really careful. If you underwhip the mixture, it won't hold up and it won't be as stable. If you overwhip the cream, it divides the fat content and it just breaks apart, separating the mixture into butter. This is butter that you can use in your everyday cooking. The soft picks are not bad. They have their own uses. They can be used for folding, for mixing, or piping into different pastries. So we're just gonna continue whipping until we get those nice hard picks from the cream mixture. Now I'm going to give you some tips to make sure you are successful when you're making your whipping cream. First thing, if you slightly overwhip your cream, do not worry, because you can add a bit more liquid cream in it and be able to salvage the cream itself. Second thing is, when you're piping the cream, the round nozzles are much better than the star nozzles. This is because the star nozzles have those sharp edges at the end and they tend to break the cream as you pipe, as you can see. Third thing, as you had mentioned before, a cold bowl, a cold whisk, cold cream, everything as cold as possible, so you get a more stable and more fluffy whipped cream when you start the process. Tip number 4, you start slow and you gradually add your speed as you build up the cream. Tip number 5, more fat content in the cream is much better for you. And tip number 6, practice makes perfect. If you want to substitute the cream for whatever reason, maybe dairy or allergens or such things, here's a list you can use that can substitute the cream, but of course it's going to alter the taste and the texture of the cream itself. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. You don't want to start from, a higher speed and kind of like